Hey guys, welcome to Zip Tie Garage. So today I just picked up this AHP TIG welder. Figure I'd show you guys what it has, and we're actually going to do the first weld with it. So see how it does. So I guess first thing we'll just start with the machine. You know, it can do your AC, DC. You know, it's a full functioning TIG welder. It also comes with a stick lead right here. I don't do much stick welding, so I don't think I'll be using that. I mean, I might if I have to. Alright guys, so I think we're just going to go ahead and start getting it set up so we can turn it on and see what the menu's like and whatnot. So, yeah, here we go. Okay guys, so first thing, so it comes with this 220 to 110 adapter. So the 220 plug is actually hardwired to the machine. You can kind of see here. So really all you got to do is you'll have the plug that's hardwired to the machine right here, and then you'll have your female adapter. You'll just have to plug that into each other. Then you'd be able to run it off 110. Alright, so now that we have that plugged in, this is actually the switch here. This looks like a big breaker, like on a breaker panel in your house. So you just flip that on. Machine turns on, it starts running. So here's your control panel. So it looks like it's set up on AC over here. So we're going to be running, so actually it looks like top button's going to go down. So we're going to be running DC, directional current, because we're just going to be welding steel. We're going to go ahead and get the ground clamp, the torch, and everything set up. So with steel, I mean, you're probably just mainly going to run DC electrode negative. So that means your ground clamp is actually going to be on your positive side of your machine. So you just push that in, you know, line up the keyway, and you give it a nice snug tighten on there. Same thing with your torch. So yeah, you'll have this little lead. This red one is actually your torch. So same thing, you're going to line up that little keyway. Give it a nice little tighten. Doesn't have to be too tight. And then it actually has a Y right here. You guys can see that. So one of these is actually going to be your gas line. And that's just going to go over here to the other side of the machine to this gas outlet. It looks like it's just a spring style, so you have to slip the spring back and slide your line in. There you go, and you'll hear it click on there. So that's actually in there. That's actually pretty nice. Okay, and then one of the other things you'll have, hold on, I don't want to lose these zip ties. They're gold around here. Alright, so you have this, see, I'll get in the camera there, this finger lever actually. And so this controls your amperage, your working amperage. So you have this style, and you'll also have a foot style if you're just working on a bench. So you'll just press that down with your foot, it controls your amperage. Well, what's nice about the finger one, so I plan on doing some roll cages and stuff like that, so I'll be able to get into tight places and not have to use my foot. So that'll be nice. But for the time being, I'm going to be using the foot pedal. So hang with me for a moment. I will get the foot pedal ready to plug in. So it looks like there's a little nub at the bottom of the plug on the machine. See if I can get you in there. There's a little nub at the bottom that'll line up with the little nub right here on the plug. So set you back up there. See if I can't get that plugged in. Probably should have did this before the lead. Do that real quick. A lot more room. Oh, that's pretty smooth. and then it's got a little locking nut, I'd say, call that. So you screw that on so it can't pull out. So that's back in there. Let's reattach this torch lead. Sorry, we got the torch and ground clamp plugged in, the foot pedal plugged in, power cable's all done. So I was going to show you the torch here. So you're going to have your collet body. So the collet body is just going to screw right into here. You just, it doesn't need to be super tight, just finger tighten it. And your cup. So I'm going to be using a number 7 cup. It's the biggest I have. I want to get some gas lenses for this. Definitely make it a lot better, and then I won't have to burn as much gas to cover it. Yeah, so then you're going to have your collet that goes through the top of the torch, and also you're going to have your tapered end, so you have these little cuts in it. That's what holds your tungsten. So taper end goes down. Then you can go ahead and slide your tungsten in there through the top. I'll show you here in a second once I get it in. So since it's such a small cup, I like a good, 1/4 inch stick out or so. Also, this didn't come with the long enough end to run a full length tungsten. So I had all these parts and stuff. So I'm using one of my ends, so you might have to cut one of your tungstens down to run it, which isn't a big deal or anything. I just prefer not to cut my tungsten down. I feel like you get more life out of it. But that's just me, So that's the torch head assembled. You see it does have the swivel head. I don't know how I'm going to like it. I might change torches eventually. So you can, pivot it any way you like. Yeah, like I said, we'll see how I like it. Might be useful in some tight situations. Head in a good spot. I think that'll work. Okay guys, so we're going to attach the gas line and get the regulator on there. So, gas line just goes on the back of the machine. I'm going to need a crescent wrench. Can wait for a second. Alright, so you put looks like the male end on the end of the machine, back end of the machine, and the female end goes on your regulator here. So, get that screwed in. Let me grab a wrench. I'm going to wait on the regulator until it's on the bottle. It'll be easier to tighten. But tighten it back in the machine. Doesn't need to be super tight. Okay. Now, so I got the bottle over here just kind of strapped to this other bottle I have on my welder. Be building a cart here soon so I can have both welders and both bottles on one cart. So stay tuned for that. Let's see here. So you always want to clear out your bottle, just give it a little crack open. Make sure there's no debris in there. And then you want to stick your regulator in there. Okay. Okay, so the gas is hooked up. We will have to set our flow. I'll give you a quick rundown. So right here is where it comes in on the back of the machine here. So a line that runs to the bottle on the regulator. You'll have to tighten this part of the line to your regulator. You'll have to put your regulator onto your argon bottle. Yeah, that's pretty much that part of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and spin this around, kind of get it set up to where I can try a weld. So give me a minute. So we'll throw another tack on this side real quick. Okay guys, I think I'm going to go for my first full weld on this. See how it goes. Not bad. This is only on 110, and I chose some pretty thick stuff to start on. Might try and find something a little thinner. It can only go up to 150 amps on 110. Can't wait to get it on some 220 power. Really show what it can do. Here, let me show you guys. I also do need some thinner filler. I only have 1/8 inch with me right now, so it's not putting out enough heat to actually, you know, burn into the material. So there it is, pretty consistent. I'm actually pretty happy with it. Like, for running off 110, it's not bad at all. Like I said, I would like to get it on 220 and really see its potential. Also, I'd like to try it again on 110, but I only have 1/8 inch filler, so I'd like to get some 16th to really let the heat get into the the heat get into the material before you're adding a ton of filler. Just adding a ton, and it's trying to burn the material and trying to melt that wire, and 1/8 inch wire is just not helping. So yeah. Let me set up another piece and then we'll try it again. Alright guys, I got a piece of 1/8 inch to 1/8 inch now. The last one was 1/8 inch to 1/4, so should be able to handle this a lot better being on 110. Go ahead and tack it. Alright guys, there's that weld. Not bad, not bad. You can see the beginning was pretty good, you know, it was nice and consistent, had nice, you know, ovaled. See, I started getting a little fast because you can see the point starting to get there. So I was moving a little too fast, but you know, we'll get there. I just gotta really practice with this machine. Like I said, I gotta get some better equipment, better consumables. I'd like to get a gas lens for that torch. Make sure it's really covered, and then some better filler. I actually kind of like that torch. It's not too bad. So I said, I think we're gonna end that here. I'm gonna be making a cart soon. I'll record that, try and get you guys involved in that, and you can kind of see what the channel is going to be about. You're also going to see some of Zane's videos. Zane's one of my best friends, and we're going to be building a bunch of stuff for you guys. So thank you, welcome to Zip Tie Garage, and peace.